White women are leaving their white husbands, and it's all over my FYP. And I want to share my perspective as a white woman, but also as a social worker, about why I'm not surprised, but also about why this is very pivotal. White women around the country just watched the tragedy of what happened to Renee Good. White women are watching the news, they are on TikTok, they are seeing a lot of the chaos breaking out around the country, and they are concerned, they are anxious, they are waking up. And so women are going to their husbands and they're asking them, what's our plan if this comes to our city? What's our plan if things continue to escalate in the country? Did you see what happened? What would I do if that was me? And a lot of white husbands, not surprisingly, are responding with statements like, I don't know what you're worried about. Things are just getting blown up in the media. Turn off the news and relax. What do you mean have a plan? Just comply if you get pulled over. It's not that hard. So essentially, husbands are gaslighting their wives, and the wives are sitting there like, oh, I just came to the protector of the family, right? The protector of the family, and he's telling me I'm overreacting or not to worry. So if you're a white woman and this is you and your husband, or you're a white woman and you are seeing this happen in real time with other women, and you're questioning why or what is this about, let's talk about it. Quick disclaimer though, this post is not to make excuses for white women, and it is not to compare their situation to other people's situations or minimize the harm that white privilege has caused in our society. For a long time, white women have been taught that, whether implicitly or explicitly, right, that protection comes from alignment with a white man. From fathers to husbands to grandfathers, protection has been labeled as something that is accessible to white women as long as they are compliant, as long as they were agreeable, as long as they were blindly trusting of male authority. Now, the patriarchy and white supremacy go hand in hand, right? All throughout history of this country, those two things always go hand in hand. And the patriarchy didn't just position white men in this country as leaders. It also positioned white women in this country as dependents. Dependents that defer to a man, right, for leadership. Dependents that do not question a man. Dependents who hold the belief system that a man knows best, especially in moments of chaos or danger, right? You are supposed to defer to the man in your family. He is the leader. He is the protector. He is the one who will know how to handle this situation the best. Men are our leaders because they are not overly emotional. Men are our leaders because they know how to protect with strength and brute force and all the things that you need in order to be a successful protector. White women are more accepted by their male counterparts when they are subservient, when they do not ask questions, when they follow him blindly, right? They are obedient, they are meek, they are fragile. And so these norms get passed on through generations, right? Women are meek and fragile, and they need men to protect them. Women need to suppress their emotions, their questions, their intuition, if they want male protection. And of course, add in white supremacy, right? White women have historically benefited from their proximity to a white man, right? They get additional privilege from that proximity. A white married woman, a white straight married woman, bonus points if you add in conservative religious, right? But a white married straight woman has access to more privilege than a white single woman or a white lesbian woman, etc. And so, like I said, this has gone on and on and on and on for generations, right? And there are white people who are evil and vile and who relish in their white supremacy, who relish in thinking that they have more power over others, who have learned to weaponize their proximity to power, who take advantage of the hierarchies that the white supremacy male patriarchy has established. Women who would, in real time, bring back things like slavery. But for the women who are not that, the women who have been conditioned to think that protection comes from a white man marrying a white man, right? You're guaranteed this protection. When women were going to their husbands and asking, so what do we do now? And the husbands are dismissing them and the husbands aren't reacting. Women were waking up because they're saying, wait a second. I do all of these things. I voted the way you told me to vote. I don't question the way that you want things done. Maybe I even let you control the house, the finances. I let you lead because you're the strong brute force man. And you're sitting here and saying there's nothing to be worried about when I just saw a woman get shot in the face. And I'm here to break it to you. This is because white men have not had to think about the state, the country, law enforcement, people in power turning on them because the system was built by them and for them. Now, I'm a white woman, right? Obviously. And I acknowledge and I identify that I have benefited from this system, right? The same system in which, yeah, I am higher in the totem pole when I'm with a white man, yes, but I, even without a white man, have privilege. I have benefited from this system, whether I have wanted to or not. As a white woman, you have to ask yourself, is this proximity to privilege and this perceived protection that I have been conditioned to think that I'm going to get, is that more important morally, ethically, right? Empathically? Is that more important than being on the right side and doing what is right? And I think a lot of women are waking up and questioning, if my husband isn't protecting me, if he's gaslighting me, what do I have to gain from staying in this situation? And just to tie this up with a piece of accountability, right? It does not matter if white women have been conditioned by white men to have certain ideologies or certain beliefs or to utilize the white privilege system. It doesn't matter if we have been conditioned, because at the end of the day, it's not an excuse for the atrocities that have happened at the hands of white people in this country. And it doesn't absolve you of the ways in which you have benefited from the proximity to the creators of the white supremacy patriarchal system, right?